about to set something up today, but you know how things are, man. You can never really tell what will happen. But yeah, work with a lot of different people. People I've never met before, people I do know, people I don't know. And one good thing about it all, I can say this, is that I'm now realizing how connected I am as far as just meeting people. I've met a lot of people, and I didn't know that I met so many people, and I've touched so many people from a distance. And so now that I'm in the limelight, I need to focus, because I don't want people to see me more if they're not seeing the quality or the reason I want them to see me. So if they're not getting what I want them to get out of it, then it defeats the purpose. I want you to see Artlysium as a brand and respect that it's going to continue to create content that's original and fresh, and that all of it has some type of meaning and purpose. Everything I create is based on mental health. I went to school for psychology, and I love psychology. So just learning about the human mind and why people do what they do, self-preservation, and just, nature versus nurture, and just all the different things, from the medicine science to the dream science to the sleep science to astrology. All these different things tie into psychology, because it's all about a perception of a person and what they believe the world to be. And so once I started to learn more about the world, once I began to learn more about myself as a person throughout the times that I studied psychology, I started to figure out that these people who diagnosed certain things or created certain terms or put things into motion as they are set today, they pretty much, the reason I say that is because, the reason I say that they determine what will be is because a lot of information was not new information as far as how we connected to the earth. People figured out how we connected to the earth a long time ago. Once they figured out how to connect with the earth, and you're able to use the universe's powers to help you along your way, you're not just out here blindly moving, then you become powerful. And once you become powerful, then you don't think about money, you don't think about time, you don't think about things that hinder your progress, because you know that as long as I'm waking up every day and I'm moving towards my goal, nothing can stop me from getting to my goal. As long as I'm putting that effort into getting it done, nothing can stop you from doing it. It may delay you, but it never will completely stop you unless you die. And then when you die, it still may be completed by someone else from your idea. So you still won. So as far as my movies and how they are related to mental health, Cogitation was a movie about two psychologists that were getting ready for retirement, but they had these new patients that they just couldn't disconnect from because they felt like they could help them. Once they realized that it was to the point where they can help them, they were like, we should leave now before it gets too far, and then I never really get a chance to leave because of how serious the people that they were talking to was. So we had two female psychologists and two male patients, and we had some other patients throughout the movie, but it was all about people going through different things and just needing someone to talk to about it. It was very, very, very good. It was filmed poorly because it was my first time making a movie, and I was by myself, and I had Dre. Dre is a big help. He's a superstar in his own right as far as filming and acting and understanding. He knows his craft. So one thing I know about him is that he's not going to stop. So that's why I continually contact him or keep information flowing to him, because I'm always thinking to myself, okay, so who's the next generation? Who's the youngest in charge right now, and who is looking for someone to help them springboard them forward, where they don't have to waste 5 years just to get motivated. So when he asks me things, I always tell him that since he's only like 20 or 21 now, to work, man, just put in the work now. So as you get older, it gets easier for you to do it, and you get so much experience and you meet so many new people. If you start now, by the time you're my age, it'll pay off. I've been doing it since 2012, so it's 2019, 2020 now. So that's good 8 years, man. Proud of myself for that. Never stopping. People laughed about the whole rap name being Bill, which stood for Brian is Living Life Bill. And then I had people just hating and just like, man, this nigga dude can't rap. But I dropped the beginning, In Time, and then I dropped Justice, and then Solid Ground. So I dropped 4 mixtapes. I dropped the beginning, In Time, mixtape Justice, and then Solid Ground. And then I dropped another mixtape. It was called the Artlysium Mixtape, and that was dropped in 2016. After I dropped the 4 mixtapes, I think it slowly approached 2014, where I was thinking, okay, so here I am on my 4th mixtape releasing, and I just created a new song called Stealth. And I had just finished writing the rough draft of my novel, all 10 chapters. I had it while I was working at FIS. I met this guy named I was calling him Ron Riviera. That's my Carolina coach. His name was Phil Riviera, I think. I can't remember exactly, something like that. And he lived in Southwest, and he was like, he worked at FIS, and he was like, I'm a producer. So I was like, okay, so big. So I came to his studio after work one day and made the song, and moving stuff around this broken world, this broken world, this broken world, moving stuff around this broken world. I use my mind to edify. Hold on. So I made the song on the beat, and we rapped it, and we got it in there. I released it in 2014, right after we came back from Orlando or Daytona. I can't remember exactly where we came from. And we did the parasailing, and so I put the parasailing in the video. I was supposed to have some dancers do the still video for me, but things didn't work out, and I'm kind of not mad about it because of just the way everything went. So no worries, no hard feelings between anyone. After that, though, I would say after Stealth, I really was like, okay, so it's 2014. I released 4 mixtapes and a new single, and I've done it in various platforms. I had reached like 15,000, 20,000 Twitter followers, and I was very active on it, and they were all organic, didn't pay for it, not one, and all with a picture that I posted, so it kind of went viral. I didn't know how to use it, and I didn't capitalize on the attention, so that dwindled. After that, I started using Facebook more, and just started using Instagram a lot more, and didn't really use Twitter as much, and I didn't know what to do as far as promotion. I still market it, but I just like, okay, so music is not going to be my way, so I'm going to use these writings, and I'm going to use them to make the novel more than what it is. So I wrote the novel, had a rough draft, and then I completed the novel. Then I came into some money, and then I got it published in 2016, and I used that money to publish it, and it took me about 3 years to make what I spent to get the book out back. And it's just because it's hard to sell a book to people who don't read. So but yeah, it was still interesting to be able to do it and still see the reaction when people hear me explain my novel. I always say it's a book about an activist who saved the world from a corrupt government, and they're like, that's crazy. And a lot of white people, they're like, corrupt government, what you mean? And some black people are like that too. I mean, a lot of people believe, and trust the government, and I'm just kind of like, yeah. why should I believe and trust them? And a lot of shit is being done by them, and they throw a rock and hide their hand. So, and whistleblowers never survive. So, who knows the truth? All I know is that I'm going to rock with Artlysium to the end. Nothing will stop Artlysium from growing. We'll have more of videos coming on YouTube, more skits, more everything. We're just going to keep creating and releasing. None of my films will go on YouTube again, only snippets and short pieces of it. But as far as the full movie, no, the full movie will actually only be released via streaming services, via movie. Yeah, so that's just another thing that we're working on as far as distribution. We're gonna figure out a way to get Inclination everywhere. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I can think of that we didn't talk about. Successes. So I did the little directors meeting. I got to meet a lot of people. Booked my first external film with director D. She's a amazing young lady. She's a writer, an actor, actress. She's making her directorial debut with her movie. It's still under wraps as far as the name and how she's going to promote, but she's we've filmed so far maybe like 5 or 6 scenes, and it's making progress, so that's good. I'm also been booked to do some weddings. So the funny thing about weddings is that I've been to a lot of them. And I've always paid attention to the differences, and a lot of them are different. But one thing that remains the same is that those two who are getting married, they do get the respect that they deserve on that day. So nobody tries to, fuck with them. So that's good. It's neither here nor there, but it's good to see happy people. So I've done some weddings, I've done a birthday party. Just filmed performances, live performances from a lot of different people. A lot of stuff is being released this year with my new equipment and everything. It's gonna pretty much change the game. What are we projecting for this year as far as 2020 of what we will accomplish? Stage play in May. We got another book titled Inclination coming out. And once that releases, it'll release and we'll have a mixtape with about 10 to 12 songs on it. And from 6 songs by me and 6 songs from other people in the cast. And it'll be a nice little compilation of like 10 to 12 songs, depending on how many people have something to submit. But I'm going to Ferocious to get all my stuff mixed and mastered. It was either going to be Ferocious or Grim Music. Grim Music Studios is where I recorded the beginning. That's the only mixtape I recorded with someone else. I paid for a 10-hour slot and we recorded it all 15 to 16 songs straight, just song after another, one song after another, me and YK. And that was an interesting experience for me because I had all the songs written out on in a composition book. It was completely filled with every song, and YK was coaching me the whole time. He was like, you're not hitting it right, and you're not saying this right or whatever. That's one of the things that I do like about that album is that it was so concise. Like from beginning to end, it was a project that made sense from beginning to end. All the songs helped one another, and so I commend him for bearing with me and my inexperience, because I didn't even go get it mixed and mastered, and he told me I could come back and get it mixed and mastered, and I never did because I didn't know what he was talking about. I was like, what the fuck is he talking about, mixed and mastered? And it's the funniest story ever. So Inclination has, let's count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 people in the movie. So we'll just start, at the beginning. So we have Johnny Jackson. He is radio personality. He's a superstar. He's pretty much playing the character of Edgar Avers. No, Edgar. I'm gonna run through this pretty quickly. Alright, so Raphael Woods, he's played by Dre Davis. He's the main character. He's pretty much the character that meets a woman by the name of Layla Honey, who's played by Olivia Disney Lafleur, something like that. And then she is playing Layla Honey, which is they went to college together, and so now they are meeting again at this workplace. The whole movie takes place in a call center. It's a workplace where the people answer the calls on their phone using an app on their phone. They have the headsets and they're answering calls, and so it's pretty interesting how we decided to make the movie with the resources that we had. So turned out well. So I play the counselor. His name is Samuel Scorpion. So I play him, and he's pretty much looking for a job. He's an artist, and he's like, okay, so I need to do something in order to make a change, in order to sustain what I've already placed myself into as far as like the apartment he was living in, and just different bills that he may have had. So well, after that we have the supporting cast, which is Aubrey Shawn. She's playing Rebecca Parson. She's the best friend of Samuel Scorpion, the character that I play. She helps him get the job and pretty much tries to help him throughout the movie. Maya Rose, played by Jasmine Harris. She's the trainer. She's in the scene where she's training everyone. Jennifer Watson, she's played by Henny B. She's a comedian out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. She's a very busy woman. She's a very hard worker. She's rising in the ranks of comedians, and she's been doing it for a long time. So she plays as a supervisor. The other supervisor role is played by Jennifer. Her name is Grace Robertson. She's played by Valerie Childs. She will be playing Grace in the movie, and Valerie's also a seasoned vet in acting. She's been in a lot of different projects, and I believe in her talent very, very much. So Johnny Jackson plays Edgar Tyson. Yeah, Johnny Jackson plays Edgar Tyson. He's the operation manager over everybody in the site. He's always on vacation, so but he's in the movie though. And then the Calvin Avers is played by Trey Diesel. He's also a comedian, rising in the ranks of comedians, and he's definitely making a statement as far as the grind that he puts out, the quality of work as well. He's a very serious person. But yeah, he goes off in the movie. He's a manager in the movie. So we have operations manager. Then we have him. Trey Diesel plays the billing manager. And then we have 2 supervisors. And then we have team leads. Owen Peters is played by Daniel Harris. He's also an internal affairs agent. He comes in to clean up house at the end of the movie. Also, Penelope Kinsley is played by Ashley Brewer. She is also an internal affairs agent, as well as Naomi Spice. She's more like a That's played by Carmen Jones. She is a spy. She kind of like comes in early on to see what's going on in the call center and reports back to the rest of the internal affairs agent. And so Alexis Black is played by Gail Khan. She is the internal affairs manager. She's pretty much over the rest of the internal affairs agents, and she makes the final decision. So yeah, they all come in and clean house. So, Desiree Phillips is played by, she's playing the character Delilah Ruby, human resource manager. We have Buddy Campbell. He's very experienced. He's playing Mario Warrens as human resources compliance character. We have Amy Lynn Woodell. She's playing Joanne Hadley, the receptionist secretary in the movie. We have Von Miller. No, we have Von Collar. Von Collar is playing Jack Griffin. He's the information technology person. He's the IT. He helps when the systems go down. Pretty much the apps go down, and he's like, hey, so we can't fix nothing here. I'll send them home. And then we got Vivian Park. She's played by Mae Robinson. She's the best friend of Olivia, who's playing Layla. And then we have Carla Britt. She's playing Denise Britt, Carla Britt. She's playing Amber Rhines, also a friend of Layla. We have Brianna Mack, played by Gloria Montana. She's also a friend of Olivia. Also works in the call center. We have Maxwell Williams, played by Next-to-See Courtney. I think he may have changed his name in the movie, so we'll get that edited. I think he said Leroy Jenkins or something like that. Maybe not. But anyway, Next-to-See plays the team lead in the movie. We have Victor Lucas, played by Robert Gatlin. He's playing the police security guard in the movie. We have Madeline Myers, played by Adrian Cotell or Cotto, something like that, Cotell. And then we have, she also works in the call center. We have Dante Jones, played by Kenneth Womack. And then we have, he's also a team lead. We have Harmony Landon, spiritual guide and fire starter. She's played by Shalisa Sample. We have Jade Freeman, a call center worker, Layla friend, and also ex-girlfriend of Samuel, played by Lisa Williams. We have Elena Jefferson, she's being played by Tara Hallett, and she's a call center worker. We have Samaya Clemens, played by, she's playing Ashley Webb, a psychologist, therapist, also a model in the movie. We have Tammy Huffman, she's playing Jocelyn Franklin, also a call center worker, model in the movie. And I believe that's everybody. Let me make sure. Yeah, that's everybody. And the movie is pretty good, man. It's interesting. It's fast-paced. It's one of those ones that I am proud that it came to life, because you can never really tell what movies will be made. You can write some stuff and then be like, okay, will I ever use that? Or, so it was kind of weird to make a movie about a guy who's suffering from maladaptive daydreaming and also wants to body paint. So he has conflicts throughout the movie where he's trying to pay attention to people since he's a counselor, and he's not able to. He's struggling with, just staying in reality. So it's pretty interesting. So I appreciate you for rocking with Artlysium. I'll have more rap battles, more music, more movies, more books, more art. We'll be at Africa Day Fest this year again. We won't never miss an Africa Day Fest. We'll have more shirts, hats, books, everything. We'll have a whole bunch of merchandise, movies. DVDs, Consultation and Inclination DVDs. So yeah, thank you again for rocking with Artlysium and being consistent. And you know, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep making movies and keep doing everything.